Let's talk to someone you may have all heard of before. Podcaster and social media influencer, Rise Up Sky of the Rise and Sky podcast.
Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be creating the mount visemes for this character. This is a character that was a client gave to me um, to create a puppet from. It's just an image. So what I did here was before I started recording, I actually did not intend to. Initially, my plans was not to create a tutorial, but I was like, okay, since this is a unique mount, maybe I should create a tutorial from it. And I would not like to go back to redrawing this part, but I've not really gone far. What I did here was create the lower lip. This part I created it, recreated it here, and then the upper lip, this part I did recreate it here, and then the teeth I created it internally, and the lower teeth I did create that too. So now that is how we got all this. So now what I'm going to do is just to make my work a bit easier. I'm going to import one of the mouth shapes I've worked on before for one of my characters. So I think it's here. Head, face. Nope, it's not. Okay. We don't have it here. Any mouth shape would do actually, but okay, since I can't find it here, let me just get for this LeBron character. It's just so that I know what visions I'm working on next. So I'm just going to pick it. Boom, boom. Drag. Nice. Okay, so transform reflects. Okay, let me just scale it up a bit. So now we have all the mouth visions, the neutral, like like all these shapes. So I'm going to recreate that with use just this is an easy method. So let me just copy this whole layer. In fact, let me just group it and copy and drag to this point, and then let me isolate this layer. Okay, so maybe I should move this a bit just so it's closer to the character. Okay, so now we have the neutral position. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to paint the upper, the lower, and then the teeth, just since I'll be using the warp tool. So let me just pick this color, the lower lip, paint it. The upper lip, I believe is not the same color, so I'm just going to pick it. Pick the upper lip, paint, and then let me just pass this layer. Okay, pick. Okay, I need to make it a little bit lighter. In fact, not like extreme like here. Okay, rearrange this layer. The lower lip should be down. Okay, lower lip is down, upper lip on top. Good. So now we have the mouth shape. So what I'm going to do now is create the neutral position. This is not a neutral position, so just so that I can come back to this, I'm just going to duplicate it and then close it. So how do we make a default mouth shape with the warp tool? With the warp tool, so I will select this and use the puppet warp tool, and then Let me delete this. So I'm adding one here, I'm adding one in the middle so I can manipulate it. I think I need to add one and one here. Okay, that's not good, not looking very good. So I think just this tree is fine for now. I'm going to do the upper lip too. This is not needed. This my position is right. Okay, so we have something like this. I think I should put it on top. Okay, now we have something like this. So we can manipulate this part, we can manipulate the lower part. So what's one thing I do with my characters is the upper lip, it hardly moves. I do not manipulate it as much as the lower lip, because if you observe, you're talking, even though the upper lip does move, it doesn't move as much as the lower lip. So just to make it look good, I think it's better we manipulate the lower lip, and once in a while just touch the upper lip. So I'm going to drag this into place. Okay, I need to duplicate this so that I do not have to rig it all over again. So just duplicate that, and this one will keep it. And then now I'm going to manipulate the lower lip, drag it a bit. This is coming out too far, so just a bit, and then now in this case we'll have to work just a little. Okay, still is not completely closed, and this character, that is actually one feature that I want to add to this character. The mouth doesn't close completely, just the teeth is just will just be showing just a little, but I'm still going to go further and close it a bit. Okay, I think this is good enough. This is going to work. Okay, just manipulate it whichever way you want. So I'm supposed to move this and this and like this. Okay, just manipulate it, and yeah, okay with it. And currently I think I am, and then make the teeth show. So now I'm going to clean out the residual parts, those parts that are not needed. So I'm just going to use the eraser, and boom, we have a neutral position. Okay, let's see more. Boom, we have a neutral mouth. So okay, so I'm just going to drag it. Instead of recreating this, I'm just going to drag it and delete all the other the layers under it. So I'm going to do the wool now. What did I do? Okay, I did duplicate it. I duplicated it. No, I do not need to duplicate that. Just okay, so now we're doing the wool. Why is it not showing? Oh, I think I didn't position all these things well. I'm going to select everything here. Move it to move it like this, so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, so now we'll be working on the wool, and as you can see, the wool, the mouth is a bit what is it called? It closes, not really closes, but it's open, but the sides are closer together. So I'm just going to recreate that, and then now this is why I kept this. So you duplicate, and then we continue. So the mouth is a bit opened, even though this does not really capture it that much. Ooh, it's a little bit open. So I'm going to manipulate the upper lip. Just delete this. I do not need this. Delete. Oh no, I deleted the wrong one. delete this. I do not need that, so I just bring it further a bit, and then we'll do the lower, we'll do it like this and like this, and this should, ooh, so maybe a bit round. Not, let me close it a bit, just delete this, to the side, just a bit round, just a little round. Just manipulate it till you get what you're after. An alternative means would be to redraw this, which is still fine. I do that for most of my characters actually, but this is just a beginner guide, just for people who people who do not want to go to the rigor, or do not have a drawing tablet or something. So you could use this method. Actually, you could, yeah. It still requires a tablet, but that's still fine. So one thing I missed out on that I did not explain initially was this dark portion here. What I usually do is I select it and just pick from here, and then I just paint it like this. You could use the pen tool to do this, but me, I just paint it and then I overlay it behind. So I drag, put it behind, and voila. So now I'm going to delete the teeth for this because we don't need that. So now we have a whoop like that. So okay, so maybe I should do this again for this, because there's an opening here for the neutral position, for the initial pose, lip pose. So just delete this quickly. So maybe I should do, okay, actually it's the teeth that is showing true, so that's fine. That's actually fine. It's the teeth that is showing true, not, so you do not need the dark portion, but in this wool case we do need that. So now we're doing r. Now r, your teeth is out, the mouth is r. The sides are a bit closer but not as close. So what I would do for this is, let me just duplicate this, and I'm just going to move this side, and then I'm done with it. The teeth are like close together, so that's one thing I can do from the start. Close the teeth together like slamming, and the teeth, it should be upwards a bit, just at the center, and make sure you add in the behind. That's this, the mouth, the mouth itself, the internal part. So I'm just going to paint this side because that's the only part that is showing. So drag it behind, and then I was supposed to manipulate this first before doing that, but that's still fine. So I'm just going to delete this, drag, delete this, drag, drag, then we have okay, so I'm just going to clean this a bit, just the parts that, the portion I don't need. Okay, so we have a r. Now I'm just going to drag it into this and delete this. I did it right. Okay, I did it right. Okay, so now we have oh, in this case the mouth is open and it's circular. So now one thing I usually do is, from this I can just recreate from this. So I'm going to duplicate wool, and then what I'm going to do is manipulate the upper lip, no, not the upper lip, the lower lip. I'm going to manipulate, make it wider, or bigger rather. So I'm going to drag this out, drag this out, drag this out, drag this out, and we have whoop. But now we don't have the tongue, which is something you have to also consider. But for now, let me just paint the dark portion of the mouth. I'm just going to paint it. Some people, you could use black if you want, but I prefer using this color. So now for the lip, I'm going to what will I sample? I don't want to use black because it will go, maybe black is the best option since it's internal. So let me just go with this, like this. Ooh. Oh, oh, okay, I think that's fine. Okay, this excess part, I'm just going to clean that. So you could paint that's this, you could paint this manually if you want. That's what I'm going to do in this case because I don't want to use the pen tool. The pen tool is probably the best for this particular kind of thing, but I don't know, I just want to use this method. So use whatever you want to. So drag it behind the lips. I don't like that color. Maybe I would just change it to something like this. Okay, that's actually better. So now I'm going to drag it behind the lower lip. Boom, voila. Now we have an O. Good. So moving on. Okay, let's drag it into O. Delete the old version, and now we're working on la L. So let's start from scratch. What I'm going to do is duplicate this to select, and now let's work on it. So one thing with L is the upper lip goes up. So I'm just going to work on that. Drag it up a bit, just a little. Everything is, the sides are okay, and then the lower lip is down also, so you just drag this down, and then the upper teeth you take it high, up. Okay, I think there's something I missed. Okay, no, I didn't miss anything, did I? Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so let's just continue. Take it high, and then the lower lip is not even there at all, so just delete that part. So now we're about to work on the tongue. So I'm going to select this, and that is what we will now use for our tongue. So I'm going to create that L behind the teeth. So I'm just going to do this, like this, let's do it like this. You can do something like this so that you can paint, so that you use paint for it. That is what I'm going to do. Where is it? What just happened? Okay, for some reason is merging with this, which is not what we want. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to lock that layer. I'm going to lock it, and then let's do it again. Let's just do this so that we can paint it instead of manually drawing it. So I'm just going to select, boom, and then maybe you could add the line, this tongue line, something like this. Good. So this should do it. Let's take this behind the lower lip and behind the teeth. Boom, drop it, and then we paint this the dark portion of the mouth. What did we use the other time? I think it is, we sampled this. Yes, So let's just paint that part. Ooh. Good. Take it behind, and voila, we have la la. I'm not really feeling this L, so I'm going to bend it a bit. Use the warp tool to manipulate it just a little. You put it at the center and manipulate it just a little. Let it be curvier. Okay, I think I'm fine with it like this. So we now have la. Normally I would have stopped this video here because I believe you get the rest, but let me just go through the whole process. Now we have the. Okay, while this actually works because this is also the, but I think I'll use a different method. You do not have to make it exactly this way. Okay, maybe we should do it that way. It's still fine. So what we can do in this case is we can just duplicate what we have here, duplicate it, okay, and then we'll delete the tongue behind like this, and now we can put in the tongue like the way we have it here. So I'm just going to quickly draw that, sample that, and draw this, and go above. What am I doing? Go above and go above. Oh, my bad. We go above, and then like this, and then let's just do something like this just to close it up, and then clean this portion. This is too big. Clean this portion. Okay, so now we have our tongue. Okay, but now because we need to place this tongue behind and above, so this part is supposed to be in front of the tongue, but this part is supposed to be behind. So one way we can do this is just drag, take everything behind, not behind, you take it behind the tongue, behind the teeth, and then we'll drag another one just in front of the teeth, and then we'll clean this part. So when we clean this part, the one behind will appear behind, and this one will appear. So something like this is fine. See, that's not fine. That's not it. That's not it. Well, the it's actually okay. This is actually okay. Maybe I should place it behind, and it will be fine behind, I believe. Let's just delete this, or hide it at least. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is better than this one. It normally the tongue is still behind, the is not in front. No, it's the. So this is fine. So let's drag it, replace the old one. Just delete. And moving on to E. Now E, the tongue is there, the teeth is there. So let's just drag what we have here. This, drag it to this point. Now E, the tongue is the mouth is open, so the lower lip should be manipulated down or downwards. So I'm just going to drag this and then make this a bit okay, not that much, maybe a little bit. When doing E, you need to know that from E we'll get A, and A is wider, so just put that in mind. So don't make the E too wide. So the tongue, the teeth is there, but the teeth is, take it a bit, you take it up a bit, and then the lower teeth is not there, so you delete. And then now work on the tongue. Let's just lock this layer. The tongue like this. Okay, now we have the tongue. So pick there, and then the dark portion of the mouth. La 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 la. Paint. I hope this thing is still recording, because I've been having issues of late. I start recording and the record will just stop, but it's still recording. So let's drag this, put it behind the last layer, and then this one just behind the teeth. So we have E. Good. Now from E, okay, let's replace. Boom. Now from E we have A, which we could just duplicate this and let's start our journey. Okay, so now what we're doing to this is we're extending the lower lip. We're bringing it further down and wider. Ah, good. E, ah. Now the tongue. Let's just take this one down. I think that should do. Yep, it does actually. So let's paint the dark portion of the mouth. That is this. Okay, we're good to go. So we have replace. We have E, ah, E, ah, E, ah. Okay, one thing I missed is for the teeth should be take it higher a bit. And one thing I also missed is you make sure you clean this part, the excess part. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that for E also, because I did not. So I didn't do that for D also. Okay. I didn't do that for L also. I'm just going to do that quickly. O, that's fine. Ra, I didn't do that for R. And it's for both. So I brought clean. Good. Yeah, that should be all. Actually, that is all. Okay, so we have E, A, then O. Okay, now O. O is like E. I'm just going to pick that. I'm going to pick that, and now let's work on it a bit. Or the sides are a bit closer, so let's just drag that part close together, closer. Or and then the upper lip, drag. Okay, so now we have the lower lip should be a bit round, so that's another thing to put in mind. So let's just do something like this. Good. And then the tongue should be backed up into the mouth a bit, so something like this. Oh, oh, ah, oh. So now let's clean the excess parts. Okay. Let's clean it. Okay, that's fine. And then let's add the parts that's missing. So something like this. Oh, good. Now we have all. Replace. Good. So we could just use what we had initially, the defaults, and then we'll go from there. So now this is okay. So now let's do this. The lower lip, everything in at the top is intact. You don't touch that, but you drag this upwards a bit. Now after dragging this upwards, you take the upper teeth, the lower teeth you delete that because we don't need that. The upper teeth now, just duplicate, take it above the lip, lip above. So now this is what we'll do, just to give that crease. Okay, maybe we'll take this up a bit, up. Okay, nice, that's fine. We need to give the lips that crease because it's biting on the lower lip, like the upper teeth is biting the lower lip. So let's do something like this. Copy this color and do something like this. Okay, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and then finally like this. Okay, so we use this, we'll paint this part we just added. You paint it, paint it, you paint, you paint it. I just hope this tutorial is not so complex, because I'm trying to make it as simple as I can. Okay, select, let's group it. So now let's stop this confusion, drag it just like this, and okay, what we need to do now is let's paint this part. Let's just paint this part. And let's add that portion of the mouth. Okay. Okay, so now we have okay, the dark portion, you drag it to the down, you drag it down, and then the upper lip is there. The additional painting over the upper lip should be placed, let's group it, should be placed just above the teeth. Okay, so now we have F. Let's replace the old ones. So now we have both teeth are joined. Both teeth are closed together. So I think we have something similar to that with R. So let's just drag R down and I start manipulating it. Okay, so and should be closer together more than just a little. You could leave it like this and it will still work fine, but let's just give it a bit of let's just manipulate it a little, just a little, just to make it a bit different from they're really similar, so just manipulate it just a little. So we have that is wider and okay, so that should actually actually I need to go back to I just realized something. Should be wider, so the sides for should be like this side should, I don't think we should touch the upper, I mean. Let's just go with the lower and then maybe make this wider. I think we should do that too. We should do the same to the upper lip, just wider. Yep, that should be fine. Okay, we have and then finally ma, which is just the natural state of the mouth, but maybe we'll make it a bit like let's a bit closer together compared to the neutral position. So I'm just going to duplicate the neutral and then manipulate it just a little, just like this, just a little. Maybe add something like this, maybe closer together, just a little like this. Just okay, that's fine. I'll just replace it. So that's basically it, but just to show that this mouth is working fine, I'm going to test it for you guys. Okay, so let me just open my Adobe Character Animator and test this mouth. Let me save it with save as, and then let's make it DDG mouth. What am I doing? DDGM, that's fine. Let me delete this image so that it loads faster. See. Okay. So, save. Okay. DDG. I have an audio for this. Okay, drag and drop. Maybe better check for an audio for this. Okay, it should be fine. Using camera just that I can zoom into the mouth. Okay, so this is too long, so let me just cut it from this point. delete, compute. Okay, so now
Let's talk to someone you may have all heard of before. Podcaster and social media influencer, Rise Up Sky of the Rise and Sky podcast.
see it's working fine, but I just realized that there is a part, an excess part that I did not delete. Okay, this, I do not need this anymore, so I can delete this. But there is an excess part that I did not delete. Okay, I don't think I need to delete those because I might need it for something else in the future. So I'm just going to Control G it and make it a reference. So it doesn't really affect anything. Okay, so I'm just going to look for that. There is one that the teeth is showing, so I just need to fix that. Okay, I think this is it. I did not clean the teeth part, the excess portion. I'm just going to do that quickly. Okay, applies for both sides, the upper parts. So I believe that should be it, but let me just go through one more time just to ensure. Okay, I think it should be fine now. And as you can see, the eventually after, when I'm done with that character, I'm definitely going to be making a test video for it, just so that you guys can see how this mouth can actually work effectively on a character. So let me play it one more time.
Let's talk to someone you may have all heard of before. Podcaster and social media influencer, Rise Up Sky of the Rise and Sky podcast.
See, it's working fine. So thank you for watching. Please help us out by subscribing, giving us a like. We're just starting out, and it's not easy bringing content every single day, working on content, working on stuff like this, and we just hope eventually things will get better. But for now, you can help us out by subscribing, by liking up this video. So while you do that, thank you for watching, and we'll ensure to bring you more content like this in the future, and very very soon we're bringing more cool stuff like the 3D, like, you know, this channel is actually 2 and 3D, Well, we hardly have been working on any 3D content of late, but we have some very very good stuffs to actually bring to you guys. Like there's stuffs I do, like I combine Adobe Character Animator with softwares like Blender, and the effects are just so good. And maybe stuff like that. When I work on stuff like that, I'm definitely going to be posting it. And then we have plugins that a plugin that I've actually been working on for a while for Blender actually. And I understand that if you it's really going to be a very cool plugin. I believe it's really going to help reduce once time retopologizing the character and stuff like that. Well, thank you for watching for now. Bye till we meet again another time.